Hello and welcome everyone. Let us continue with our MCQ lecture, solutions to our MCQ questions, episode number 4. Actually, पहले मैं इसको lecture number 1 2 3 बोल रहा था. अब now I am getting used to today's generation. So like you people are used to watching web series. मैं खुद मेरी जनरेशन में वेब सीरीज का ऐसा कल्चर नहीं था, लेकिन लॉकडाउन का जो पहला महीना था, फर्स्ट मंथ वी डिड नॉट डू एनीथिंग, देन वी स्टार्टेड जूम लेक्चर्स. तो वो फर्स्ट मंथ के अंदर सेक्रेड गेम्स, मिर्जापुर, फैमिली मैन, पंचायत, फॉरगॉटन आर्मी, बार्ड ऑफ ब्लड, ऐसा कोई भी वेब सीरीज नहीं है जो मैंने छोड़ा होगा. ब्रीथ, इनफैक्ट इतना वेब सीरीज का आदत हो गया दैट अभी ब्रीथ का जो पार्ट 2 आया अभिषेक बच्चन वाला, बिजी शेड्यूल में भी देखा टाइम निकाल के. सो बेसिकली नाउ आई कॉल इट एपिसोड नंबर 1 2 3 4. However, some people recommended that you should watch Money Heist and all, but I said Modi ji has said Atmanirbhar bano, so I will watch only Indian web series. जोक्स अपार्ट, वी विल कंटिन्यू विथ अवर एमसीक्यू लेक्चर. ये है हमारा एपिसोड नंबर 4. अब ना एक बिफोर आई गो फर्दर, ऑब्वियसली वी आर कंटिन्यूइंग इन द ऑर्डर. एक बैड हैबिट मैंने नोटिस किया स्टूडेंट्स, आई रिक्वेस्ट यू टू चेंज योरसेल्फ इमीडिएटली. इस बात को प्लीज आप चेंज कर देंगे. क्या चेंज कर देंगे? फर्स्ट लेक्चर जब आया लोगों को लगा दैट ही इज गोइंग टू डू इट लाइव एंड लेटर ऑन वी वोंट गेट दैट लेक्चर, देन एवरीबडी ज्वाइंड इमीडिएटली. And now that people have realized that okay, these lectures are available as recordings also, later on we can watch it on YouTube, so I will watch it later. If your laziness is preventing you from doing it, you are playing very dangerously. I am telling you, 25 minimum, we can go up to 30 marks assurance hai, but you cannot watch all 20 hours together. If at all you want to start watching, you will have to start right now. Every day 1 hour can be invested, even if you are studying some other subject. Now some people are giving excuses, sir, my other revision is going on, but 1 hour you can give per day, but together 20 hours will be very difficult. I am telling you. तो अभी भी वक्त है, सुधर जाओ. Take this as a warning. And one more thing I would like to tell you, that some people, actually some students only have commented and it gives motivation that sir, these lectures are actually not just MCQ lectures, you are actually revising also the topic. This is serving like a revision also. Because whenever I am starting a chapter, मैं थोड़ा provision भी उसका discuss करता हूँ, so that we can answer the question. वैसे in these lectures my duty is not to discuss the provision because you have to revise and then watch these lectures, but I still revise, so it is serving like a revision also. So thank you very much for those good comments, because things like these keep us motivated and we will do the best for you. Some students have requested for revision lectures also, that sir please revision lecture, amendment lecture भी हमको दे दो. one part is already uploaded. Revision lecture का and amendment lecture का only one part is uploaded as a demo. Okay, but if I get good response now to these lectures, then I am telling you that I will be uploading the amendment and revision lectures also. Response थोड़ा अच्छा होना चाहिए. I will wait and watch. Let's see how the response comes to. For now we will continue. We finished till chapter number 8 in the last class. That is assessment of business trust. Business trust के chapter तक हमारा last class के अंदर खत्म हुआ था. So now we will go further in chapter number 9 without wasting any time. Chapter number 9, that is taxation of investment funds. Very quickly the provision. People invest, they invest further. Profits will come distributed to unit holders. No distribution tax. PGBP will be taxable for investment fund. All other incomes pass through, that is taxable for unit holders, whether distributed or not distributed. And loss के अंदर there is an amendment. Earlier all losses used to be with investment fund, but now PGBP loss will remain with investment fund and other losses will be given pass through unit holder in their proportion of holding. But if they have held for less than 12 months, that much will left. This was just a rough discussion. And what is the tax rate? What is the tax rate for company and firm? It will be normal applicable rates, and for other assessees it will be MMR. चलिए देखते हैं. Question number 1. If, and page number बता देता हूँ, page number 27. If in any year there is a business loss at the investment fund level, either current loss or loss which remained to be set off, such loss shall be carried forward by. Loss कौन carry forward करेगा? Investment fund. Question number 2. TDS at dash needs to be deducted by investment fund on income credited to resident unit holder except PGBP. See, except PGBP, unit holder will pay tax, and therefore TDS is going to be deducted whenever you are paying to resident. We will stick to a rough rate, that is 10%, because we can adjust later. If we pay to non-resident, then our TDS has to be exactly to the extent of our tax liability. So for resident it will be 10%, non-resident exact liability. An investment fund which is a partnership firm earned PGBP income of rupees 5 crore tax payable by the investment fund will be. Is PGBP taxable for the investment fund? Yes. If it was any other income, then it will be exempt and taxable for unit holder. But PGBP is taxable for the fund. And if you are a partnership firm, investment fund can be registered as a partnership firm, then normal rates of tax. And what is the rate of tax for partnership firm? 30%. The moment your income crosses 1 crore, ये सब आपको पता होना चाहिए. Partnership firm up to 1 crore, exact 1 crore also, no surcharge. In fact, today's lecture will cover partnership chapter also. So after 1 crore, 12% surcharge and 4% cess. Surcharge is coming because it is more than 1 crore. So 30% plus 12% plus 4%, that's 174,72,000, which I think is appearing to be option A. So that is going to be your answer. Question number 4. Which of the following is taxable for investment fund? Investment fund किसके ऊपर टैक्स भरता है? Only PGBP? Let's see. All incomes except PGBP, only PGBP, or all income except capital gain? Only PGBP. Interest income received by investment fund will be dash in the hands of investment fund and dash for unit holder. Anything other than PGBP, what is the treatment for the fund? पहले fund दिया तो exempt, and treatment for the unit holder taxable. So exempt for the fund, taxable for the unit holder, whether distributed or not distributed. So accordingly यहाँ पे exempt and taxable का answer I think आपका option A है. Next question number 6. Rate of income distribution tax applicable to the investment fund will be. Investment fund का क्या IDT है? Last chapter also I told you, business trust and investment fund both rate of distribution tax 0. No DDT IDT on them. Question 7. Unit holders of investment fund shall pay tax on which income? All income other than PGBP. What if it is not distributed? Still, because there is pass-through status. Let's see option क्या है. All incomes whether distributed or no? Wrong. क्योंकि PGBP पे tax नहीं भरना. All incomes except PGBP whether distributed or no. Apparently this is the right answer, लेकिन check कर लेंगे. All incomes to the extent distributed, no, because pass-through में you have to pay tax on everything. And all incomes except PGBP to the extent distributed, no, because distribution is irrelevant, whether distributed or no has to pay tax. Investment fund has to pay tax whether distributed or no. Question number 8. An investment fund's income for AY 2021 comprised of the following components. Business income is 5 crores and capital loss 3 crore. All the unit holders of the investment fund have held the units in the investment fund for more than 12 months. What would be the tax treatment? देखो, business income है और capital loss है. So set off not allowed. You need to know set off chapter for this. Business loss is allowed against capital gains, but capital loss is not allowed. That means can I say business income full 5 crore will be taxable? And capital loss you have to carry forward. But the question is who? Business income is taxable for whom? Investment fund. And capital loss, till last year losses used to be carried forward by, till AY 1920 in fact losses used to be carried forward by business trust, sorry, investment fund. This chapter is investment fund. Now we will give pass through to unit holders in proportion of holding, and more than 12 months means everybody will get, means 5 crore taxable for fund and 3 crore carry forward for unit holders. अब बस वो आंसर सर्च करना है. This is recent RTP question of ICA. Business income 5 crore taxable in the hands of investment fund. Correct statement. Capital loss of 3 crore has to be carried forward by investment fund. Wrong statement. Business loss fund and capital loss unit holders. So wrong. Business income of 5 crore is taxable in the hands of unit holders. पहले ही wrong. Because taxable for investment fund. Business income of 5 crore is taxable in the hands of investment fund. Correct है? Capital loss of 3 crore cannot be carried forward by either the fund or the unit holder. Wrong, because capital loss will be carried forward by the unit holders. And therefore, एक ही बचा है ऑप्शन, रीड कर लेते हैं. Business income of 5 crore will be taxable in the hands of investment fund. Capital loss of 3 crore can be carried forward only by the unit holders in the proportion of holding. Correct? Understood all of you all? So then, that's your chapter called Assessment of Investment Funds. ये था आपका chapter. Investment fund. Very quickly we will go to our next chapter. Our next chapter is going to be dividend and bonus stripping. Dividend and bonus stripping. That is our chapter number 10. Chapter number 10, dividend and bonus stripping. इसमें जो first question है, there are some printing mistakes in this. So I would recommend, suggest and request, kindly make the correction to this. जो आपको चार ऑप्शन दिया हुआ है, ऑप्शन ए बी सी डी, ए इज गिवन एज 18,620, you have to cancel and make it 0. B is given as 19,920, you have to cancel and make it 7,110. C is given as 20,110, let it remain as it is. And D is given as 18,440, change it to 19,340. So basically only option C you let it remain as it is. The remaining three options, please change them. 0, 7,110, 20,110 and 19,340. लेकिन पहले हम लोग क्वेश्चन पढ़ेंगे because this is like a full-fledged sum. I have already told you. Easy questions and big proper sums, both types, and the level of our MCQs is just different from anybody else. You know this, that other authors are getting inspired actually by our question. I am using a sophisticated word called inspired क्योंकि actually copy है, but ठीक है फिलहाल वो थोड़े ज्यादा popularity का अपना they are capitalizing on their popularity, but I am trying to do the best I can do for the students. So as of now 0, 7,110, 20,110, 19,340 proper full-fledged sum on dividend stripping. Very quickly provision याद दिलाता हूँ. 94,7 was dividend stripping. Shares and units both covered. Purchase within 3 months before the record date. Sale shares के लिए 3 months after record date, units के लिए 9 months after the record date. Exempt income मिलेगा record date के ऊपर. The loss suffered to the extent of exempt income shall be ignored and balance shall be eligible for set of carry forward. ये 94,7 था. बट एक बार आपको बोनस यूनिट मिल गया, once you get bonus unit, then bonus stripping will apply the moment you get bonus unit. So 94,8 will cover only units purchase within 3 months before and sale within 9 months after the record date. This time loss will be fully ignored and it will become the cost of the बैलेंस बोनस यूनिट. तो जो भी आपके पास बैलेंस बोनस यूनिट्स है, ओरिजिनल का लॉस इग्नोर होके वो बैलेंस को कॉस्ट ऑफ एक्विजिशन बने. जस्ट रिवीजन, एक्चुअली नॉट माय रिस्पांसिबिलिटी टू रिवाइज द प्रोविजंस हियर. ये चैप्टर, ये जो लेक्चर्स है, ये सिर्फ एमसीक्यू का सम कराने के लिए है. और जैसा कि मैंने आपको बोला दैट इफ आई गेट गुड रिस्पांस टू दीस लेक्चर्स, इनफैक्ट माय अमेंडमेंट लेक्चर एंड रिवीजन लेक्चर्स हैव बीन अपलोडेड एंड हैव बीन रिकॉर्डेड इन बोथ लैंग्वेजेस. इंग्लिश का अलग है एंड हिंदी इंग्लिश मिक्स अलग है. दोनों का मैंने एक एक पार्ट ऑलरेडी यूट्यूब चैनल पे अपलोड किया है. बट if students give me good response to these lectures, MCQ lectures, तो मैं वो amendment और revision के पूरे lectures को upload कर दूंगा. I will upload of both languages. In fact, amendment and revision, I am just waiting for response. So if you are having this stupid habit that we will wait till the end, okay, end में we will watch everything together, so then you will have to wait for the lectures also till the end. The moment I observe that students are liking my lectures, I will upload the amendment and revision lectures of both languages. I am not promising right now. I have promised MCQ lectures, I will do that. अभी के लिए हम लोग इस सम को सॉल्व करेंगे. देखते हैं क्वेश्चन नंबर 1. अभिनव, an individual age of 52 years, resident in India, bought 3,000 equity shares of 10 each of Theta Limited at 70%. तो मेरी बात सुनिए, 10 को 70 में खरीदा मतलब 10 फेस वैल्यू एंड 60 रुपीज इज योर प्रीमियम. टोटल 70 है, प्रीमियम 70 नहीं है, परचेज प्राइस टोटल 70 ऑन 1st June 2019. एंड ही सोल्ड 1800 इक्विटी शेयर्स एट 50 per share ऑन 3rd November एंड रिमेनिंग 1200 एट 60 per share ऑन 23rd March 2020. मतलब 3,000 खरीद के 3,000 पूरा बेच भी दिया. ही सोल्ड एवरीथिंग. Theta Limited declared a dividend of 40%. इतना तो यू शुड नो दैट फेस वैल्यू के ऊपर डिविडेंड मिलता है. दैट मींस यू विल गेट 4 rupees per share. 4 per share because dividend is not paid on issue price, it is paid on the paid up value, face value, 4 rupees. And the record date, very important date, 14th August 2019. On 15th March 2020, Abhinav sold a house from which he derived a long-term capital gain of 1,25,000. Long-term capital gain of 1,25,000. Assuming Abhinav's interest from bank fixed deposit is 3 lakh rupees. So they have given FD interest, they have given LTCG on house, and they have given 2 sale of shares where you have to compute. His tax liability rounded off for AY 2021 will be 4 options. I told you to correct them. 0, 7,110, 20,110 and 19,340. Proper full-fledged sum करना पड़ेगा. Proper sum solve करके ही you will get this answer. I think this is your chapter number 10. I am doing your question number 1. They are asking you compute tax liability. That should be your target. जब भी टैक्स करना होता है लाइफ में, पहले हमको एनटीटीआई करना होगा. स्टडी विद अ फ्रेश माइंड, पहले एनटीटीआई करना होगा. और जैसे ही हम एनटीटीआई लिखते हैं ना, वी हैव टू सर्च फॉर हेड्स ऑफ इनकम. सैलरी इज नॉट देयर, हाउस प्रॉपर्टी इज नॉट देयर, पीजीबीपी इज नॉट देयर. बस कैपिटल गेन है और अदर सोर्सेज में बैंक एफडी है. पहले कैपिटल गेन करेंगे. इस कैपिटल गेन में भी long term capital gain on sale of house has been already given to you 1,25,000. अच्छा, बाय द वे स्टूडेंट्स एक बात समझिए, सुनिए और इसको अग्री कीजिए that in MCQ you don't have to give proper presentation, you just have to select the answer. So in rough you have to solve, but I am giving you the solution. That's the whole objective behind these lectures. So directly outer column because computed and given, and other than that you have sold your shares. Two occasions. First, you've sold 1800 shares. Let's compute the capital gain or loss for them. Sale consideration 1800 sold for 1800 कब बेचा था? 50 per share on 3rd November. So 1800 into 50, 90,000 minus what was the cost of acquisition. वैसे कॉस्ट 70 रुपीज था, 3000 का 70 रुपीज, बट यहां पे हम 3000 नहीं ले सकते बिकॉज फॉर नाउ वी हैव सोल्ड ओनली 1800. तो 1800 का 70 के हिसाब से यू गेट 1,26,000. अकॉर्डिंगली शॉर्ट टर्म कैपिटल लॉस आपका 36,000. शॉर्ट टर्म लॉस कैन बी एडजस्टेड अगेंस्ट लॉन्ग टर्म गेन. तो क्या आप इसको एडजस्ट करोगे? मर जाओगे अगर किया तो, बिकॉज हियर यू हैव टू अप्लाई द प्रोविजन ऑफ 94(7). द लॉस टू द एक्सटेंट ऑफ एग्जेम्प्ट इनकम शेल बी एडजस्टेड. तो एग्जेम्प्ट इनकम कितना है? डिविडेंड इनकम 4 रुपीज पर शेयर बिकॉज 10 इंटू 40%. और आपके पास 3000 शेयर है तो 12,000 अगर एडजस्ट किया ना, मर गया. बिकॉज राइट नाउ वी हैव सोल्ड ओनली, एक्चुअली मेरा प्रॉपर सम है मेरे क्लासरूम के क्वेश्चन में, दिस इज अ फुल फ्लेजेड प्रॉपर सम. वी हैव सोल्ड ओनली 1800. दैट मींस कैन आई से ओनली 1800 इंटू 4. और वो 4 कैसे मिला वो भी बता देता हूं. 10 का 40%. सो सिर्फ इतना ही लैप्स होगा. 1800 इंटू 4 सिर्फ 7200 लैप्स होगा एंड रिमेनिंग 28,800 आपका being a short term loss can be adjusted against long term gains. Short term loss can be adjusted against long term gains. And तीसरा है आपका 1200 shares. They were sold at a price of, I think 1200 shares were sold at 60 rupees. That's risk नहीं लेने का, risk 72,000. What is cost of these? 1200 into 70, I think that's 84,000. So this time your short term capital loss will come to 12,000 rupees. Now we will make these 1200 shares का exempt income lapse. No, because record date is 14th August. Purchase has to be within 3 months prior to the record date and sale within 3 months after the record date. तो सुनो, purchase was on 1st June, within 3 months. Sale, this happened in November. So from 14th August, if you count within 3 months, therefore the loss of 4 rupees per share, we made it lapse in 94(7). मगर ये जो सेल हुआ है, this is in 23rd of March, और इस डेट तक आपका 3 months एक्सपायर हो गया है एंड देयरफॉर यहां पर आपका 94(7) अप्लाई नहीं करेगा बिकॉज इट इज मोर देन 3 months. एंटायर 12,000 रुपीज विल गेट एडजस्टेड अगेंस्ट योर कैपिटल गेन. तो अगर आपने पहले वाले में लॉस लैप्स नहीं करवाया देन इट इज रॉन्ग, एंड दूसरे वाले में लैप्स करवाया देन इट इज रॉन्ग. द ओनली करेक्ट आंसर हियर देयरफॉर इज नाउ गोइंग टू बी 125 minus 28,800 minus 12,000. Your long term, why long term? Because this is long term, no? This is long term. So your long term capital gain is going to be 84,200. And other than that, there is only one income given to us, FD interest of rupees 3 lakh, no? 3 lakh diya, no? 3 lakh. Very good. That means can I say NTTI 3,84,200? 3,84,200 below the basic exemption limit. तो आपका आंसर 0 आया और आपने ऑप्शन ए चूज किया तो आप मरा. You know why? You know why? Because this will be split. Long term capital gain 84,200 will be taxable at 20% and other income of 3 lakh will be taxable at slabs. तो पहला मिस्टेक, अगर बिलो बेसिक एग्जेम्पशन करके यू से 0 एंड यू चूज ऑप्शन ए 0, तो पहला मिस्टेक यू आर रॉन्ग. सेकेंड मिस्टेक बताता हूं, 84,200 into 20%, 16,840 and plus This is Abhinav age 52 years. Because he is age 52 years. That means can I say यहाँ पे 250 का basic exemption and 50,000 into 5%, 2,500, 16,840 plus 2,500. That is 19,340. And therefore this is your answer. मर गया. Not at all, please. Not at all, because this is only your basic tax. So if you take below basic exemption and 0, that's your first wrong option. If you just take the basic tax, second wrong option. What do you need to do? The last place where you can go wrong, अगर आपने यहां पे 4% किया और 2110 आया तो फिर मर गया, then again you are gone, because resident, individual and income up to rupees 5 lakh will first subtract rebate under 87A. Resident, individual, income up to 5 lakh first subtract rebate, and then on 6840 when you add 4% says you will get, they have asked nearest multiple rounded off, 7110 is your answer. In the printed answer, C is printed, but then as I told you that the options were wrong, I have made you do this correction in the book. The correct answer will be 7110. So what are the possibilities? अगर बिलो बेसिक एग्जाम्पशन लिख के आपने इसको आंसर चूज किया तो रॉन्ग है, खाली बेसिक टैक्स लिया तो रॉन्ग है, और रिबेट भूल गया तो ये आंसर जो प्रिंटेड आंसर भी है जो रॉन्ग है, मैंने आपको ऑलरेडी ऑप्शन करेक्ट करवा दिया. दिस इज द ओनली करेक्ट आंसर, 7110. दैट्स द ओनली करेक्ट आंसर. आई होप वी आर very clear. We are absolutely clear about this. 7110 option B will be your answer. You can correct the printed answer also. Other questions are not so big. चलिए very quickly. Loss shall be ignored under section 94(7). 94(7) में it is to the extent of exempt income. 94(8) में कैसा है? Fully ignore and become cost of acquisition. But here it will be full. 94(7) is applicable on shares, units, both or none. 94(7) में दोनों है. 94(8) में only if bonus units. So here your answer will be both. 94(7) shares have to be purchased within dash months. Shares का क्या था? 3 and 3, and units का 3 and 9. Purchase within 3 months. 94(7) shares have to be sold within dash month. Shares के लिए 3 and 3, units के लिए 3 and 9. In 94(7) units have to be purchased within dash months prior to the record date. 3 months. And 94(7) units have to be sold within 9 months. So as I said, ये सब easy question है, एक बार आपने थियरी पढ़ लिया तो. Okay. If bonus units are allotted, applicable provision will be 94(7), 94(8), any one or none of them. जैसे ही bonus unit मिला ना, the moment you get bonus unit, you move to 94(8). Question 9. 94(8) is applicable on shares, units, both or none. 7 is applicable to both, but 94(8) is applicable only to units. Correct? Question 10. Loss shall be ignored under 94(8) to the extent of 7 में exempt income, लेकिन यहां पे fully ignored on original unit, and that will become cost of bonus units. Correct? Question 11. Loss ignored under 94(8) shall become COA of bonus unit, lapse become COA of original unit, become COA of total. Original का loss ignore होगा और bonus का cost of acquisition बनेगा. Question 12. Under section 94(8) units have to be purchased within dash months. Units का तो क्या है? 94(7), 94(8) दोनों में same time है, 3 months and 9 months. So purchase के लिए आपका आंसर 3 month आएगा, and units have to be sold within 9 months आएगा. Okay. And then question number 14. Mr. X purchases. This is slightly big but not as big as question 1. Mr. X purchases 1000 unlisted equity shares of 10 each in A Limited on 10th May 2019 at rupees 60. That means face value 10 है, premium मिला के total 60 में खरीदा. On 20th October 2019 he transfers 800 shares at 30% and remaining 200 shares are transferred on 20th December at 20%. मतलब 60 में परचेज किया पूरा 1000, 800 को 30 में बेचा, 200 को 20 में बेचा. A Limited declares 50% dividend. Now face value 10 है, 50%, that means can I say this time it will be 5 rupees per share. Record date is 3rd August. Very important because shares है, हम लोग इसके पहले 3 months and after 3 months check करेंगे. So we will see whether the purchase has happened within 3 months and whether the sale has happened within 3 months for 94(7) to apply. Also during the previous year 1920, X has also earned a long-term capital gain of 96,000 on sale of capital asset. Like similar to the first question. Compute the amount of short-term capital loss on sale of shares in the question that can be set off from the long-term capital gain of 96,000. तो लास्ट टाइम अगर आप देखोगे ना, आपको ये पूरा का पूरा टैक्स लायबिलिटी पूछा था, तो यू हैड टू अराइव एट दिस फाइनल आंसर जो आपका 7110 है. इस बार आपसे क्वेश्चन ने खाली कितना पूछा है, व्हाट इज द लॉस दैट विल बी एडजस्टेड. शॉर्ट टर्म लॉस तो लॉन्ग टर्म गेन के सामने एडजस्ट होता है, तो बस आपको खाली ये दो ट्रांजेक्शन से जो लॉस है इन द करंट सम यू हैव टू शो. तो हम डायरेक्टली वो दो ट्रांजेक्शन के ऊपर आएंगे. दिस इज योर क्वेश्चन नंबर आई थिंक 14, लास्ट क्वेश्चन है ना 14. पहले हम लोग बात करेंगे 800 का. व्हाट इज द सेल कंसिडरेशन? 800 सोल्ड फॉर 30 rupees. That's I think 8 into 3 24,000 rupees. And what was cost of acquisition? 800 into 60, क्योंकि सभी शेयर 60 में परचेस किए. 8 into 6 48,000. So the short term capital loss वैसे तो 24 है, क्या 94,700 लगेगा. 3rd August परचेस 10th में May, so 10th June July August is the purchase within 3 months. Yes, and sold on 20th December. अगस्त से चेक करते हैं. अगस्त से नहीं, 200 आर सोल्ड ऑन December. 800 are sold in October. On 20th October he is selling 800 and on 20th December he is selling the remaining 200. तो अगस्त से चेक करेंगे तो अक्टूबर, सितंबर, अक्टूबर, नवंबर, तो 800 विद इन 3 मंथ्स है, तो 94,700 लगेगा. बट 200 इज बियॉन्ड 3 मंथ्स, तो उसमें नहीं लगेगा, मगर यहां पे तो लगेगा. दैट मीन्स क्या नहीं से अंडर सेक्शन 94,700 लॉस लैप्स होगा. एंड अब तो हमको पता है सिर्फ 800 शेयर्स का एंड 5 रुपया पर शेयर, because this time it is 50%. So that is 4,000 rupees lapse, 20,000 allowed. और जो सेकेंड ट्रांजेक्शन हुआ 200 वाला, सेल कंसिडरेशन इज आई थिंक 200 into 20 में बेच दिया ना, 20 rupees, 4,000. What was the cost of acquisition? 200 into 60, 12,000. 12 भी है ना, 60 है ना, 12,000. ओके, सो लॉस ऑफ 8,000 एंड यहां पे मोर देन 3 मंथ्स है, तो आपका 94,700 नॉट एप्लीकेबल. फुल 8,000 विल गो इन द आउटर कॉलम एंड पूरा आपका 28,000 एडजस्ट होगा. इस बार आपको खाली इतना पूछा है कि कितना लॉस एडजस्ट होगा. बीइंग शॉर्ट टर्म कैपिटल लॉस 28,000 कैन बी एडजस्टेड. दैट्स योर आंसर ऑफ क्वेश्चन नंबर 14 एंड दैट्स योर चैप्टर डिविडेंड एंड बोनस स्ट्रिपिंग. चलिए आगे चलेंगे. वी आर डूइंग अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट चैप्टर एंड वी हैव गॉट वेरी हाई नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस. हो सकता है दैट बाय द एंड ऑफ दिस चैप्टर अवर टुडेज लेक्चर विल गेट ओवर, बट राइट नाउ रिकॉर्डिंग इज गोइंग ऑन. और अगर 1 घंटा खत्म भी हो गया तो एज यू आर अवेयर ऑफ द सिस्टम दैट चैप्टर खत्म करके हम लोग आगे जाएंगे. तो चलिए देखते हैं असेसमेंट ऑफ पार्टनरशिप फॉर्म. एंड मैंने वेरी केयरफुली एओपी के प्रोविजंस को भी इसके अंदर कवर कर लिया. तो क्या होता है एओपी का, इट इज नॉट दैट फेमस, पॉपुलर और इंपॉर्टेंट, बट छोटा मोटा एमसीक्यू के अंदर एओपी से रिलेटेड वॉट एवर यू हैव टू स्टडी दैट विल गेट कवर्ड हियर. तो चलिए देखते हैं. रेट ऑफ टैक्स एप्लीकेबल टू पार्टनरशिप फर्म फॉर द असेसमेंट ईयर 2021. व्हाट इज द रेट ऑफ टैक्स एप्लीकेबल टू पार्टनरशिप फर्म फॉर AY 2021? फ्लैट रेट ऑफ 30%. रेट ऑफ टैक्स एप्लीकेबल टू पार्टनरशिप फर्म, फ्लैट रेट ऑफ फर्म का टैक्स रेट, फ्लैट रेट 30% है, हमेशा ही था. 1 का आंसर बी. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इनकम इज नॉट एग्जेम्प्ट? नॉट एग्जेम्प्ट मतलब टैक्सेबल. शेयर ऑफ इनकम फ्रॉम HUF एग्जेम्प्ट होता है 10(2) में. शेयर ऑफ इनकम ऑफ पार्टनर फ्रॉम फर्म, ये भी एग्जेम्प्ट होता है, सो दिस इज ऑल्सो नॉट द करेक्ट आंसर. सैलरी रिसीव्ड बाय अ पार्टनर फ्रॉम फर्म, फर्म विल टेक डिडक्शन, देयरफॉर पार्टनर विल पे टैक्स. दिस इज नॉट एग्जेम्प्ट. नॉट एग्जेम्प्ट पूछा है, एग्जेम्प्ट नहीं, तो आंसर तो ये रहेगा. क्वेश्चन 3, सरचार्ज एप्लीकेबल टू पार्टनरशिप फर्म इफ द इनकम इज 80 लाख. देखो इंडिविजुअल HUF को 50 लाख के बाद में सरचार्ज आता है. फर्म्स एंड कंपनीज विल ऑल कम आफ्टर 1 करोड़. डोमेस्टिक कंपनी 7%, नॉन डोमेस्टिक 2%. आफ्टर 10 करोड़ दे शिफ्ट टू 12 and 5. मगर फर्म का एक ही रेट 1 करोड़ के बाद में 1 करोड़ के बाद में 12%, तो 80 lakhs के ऊपर नथिंग. क्वेश्चन 4, सरचार्ज एप्लीकेबल टू फर्म इफ द इनकम एक्सीड्स 1 करोड़. 15 नहीं होगा, दैट इज फॉर इंडिविजुअल एचयूएफ. सॉरी, 12%. ओनली वन रेट ऑफ सरचार्ज, 12%. क्वेश्चन नंबर 5, conditions required to be fulfilled so the partnership firm can be assessed as partnership firm. 184, partnership deed in writing, manner of sharing profit, and copy of deed to the department. So instrument in writing, basis of sharing profit, and partnership deed should be given. तो तीनों कंडीशन है, इसलिए करेक्ट आंसर विल बी ऑप्शन डी. क्वेश्चन 6, in which of the following condition revised partnership deed should be filed along with the return of income. कभी भी पार्टनरशिप में अगर कोई भी चेंज होता है तो आपको आपकी पार्टनरशिप डीड को रिवाइज करके फाइल करना पड़ेगा. सो इफ देयर इज चेंज इन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन यू हैव टू डू इट, चेंज इन रेम्यूनरेशन तो भी, चेंज इन इंटरेस्ट तो भी, बिकॉज ऑल दैट इज गोइंग टू हैव अ मटेरियल इंपैक्ट ऑन द डिडक्शन ऑफ द फर्म एंड टैक्सेबिलिटी ऑफ द पार्टनर. कुछ भी होएगा तो आपको चेंज करके देना पड़ेगा. Question 7, how will the residential status of a firm be determined? As per residential status of partner, partner resident तो firm resident. क्या रूल है? एक डिसीजन भी इंडिया में हुआ तो रेसिडेंट, कंट्रोल एंड मैनेज. रेसिडेंशियल स्टेटस ऑफ सीनियर मोस्ट पार्टनर, नॉनसेंस. कंट्रोल एंड मैनेजमेंट ऑफ द पार्टनरशिप फर्म एक्सरसाइज विद इन इंडिया. आंसर तो यही है बट रीड कर लेते हैं. रेसिडेंशियल स्टेटस ऑफ मेजॉरिटी डजंट मैटर, यू हैव टू सी कंट्रोल एंड मैनेजमेंट, उसके हिसाब से डिसाइड होगा. क्वेश्चन नंबर 8, X is a partner in a partnership firm. He devotes 5 hours for working in partnership firm and the rest of the hours in a company in which he is a director. Mr. Q कैसे होगा रे? X होगा ना? X होगा. Mr. X will be considered as, obviously देखो एक बार आप काम कर रहे हो, फिर आप कितना घंटा काम कर रहे हो that is irrelevant. Are you working? And then you are a working partner. Question 9, Ramu partnership firm paid 6 lakh to its non-working partner as remuneration, which is authorized by partnership deed. Book profit for 1920 is 15 lakh. Allowable remuneration under PGBP will be. There is a calculation, no? Actual amount as per deed. या तीसरे में book loss हुआ तो 150, book profit हुआ तो first 3 lakh 90%, balance 60%, minimum 150. Out of the three, whichever is lower. पागल की तरह कर मत देना. The moment it is a non-working partner, the amount allowed is going to be 0. कोई भी आपको डिडक्शन नहीं मिलेगा. करेक्ट. मिस्टर रमाकांत फनसेकर इज अ डायरेक्टर ऑफ अ कंपनी पीक्यू लिमिटेड. पीक्यू लिमिटेड इज पार्टनर ऑफ पार्टनरशिप फर्म, दैट इज एलपीजी फर्म. रमाकांत इज ऑल्सो एन एम्प्लॉय ऑफ द फर्म and received remuneration of 7 lakh. Book profit is 10 lakh. Allowable remuneration deduction under PGBP to the firm will be. देखो, Ramakant is director in company. Company is partner in the firm, but Ramakant in the firm is only an employee, and as an employee he is getting paid remuneration. If the firm is paying anything to the company, no, then 40B is applicable. हम लोग कंपनी को नहीं पे कर रहे, हम एम्प्लॉय को पे कर रहे हैं, और जब हम एम्प्लॉय को पे करते हैं तो 40B का कोई लिमिट या कोई रूल या कुछ भी अप्लाई नहीं करेगा. इफ वी आर पेइंग टू द एम्प्लॉय, तो जितना हम पे करेगा उतना हमको पूरा डिडक्शन मिलेगा. गलती यही होगी कि अगर आपने इफ यू अप्लाई 40B, then you will be wrong because the payee is not partner. Partner is company and payee is Mr. Ramakant, who is an employee. समझा? Question 11. Who among the following are eligible to become partner? कौन partner बन सकता है? Individual भी बन सकता है, company भी बन सकता है. कर्ता of HUF again is individual, obviously. Can I say everybody will be allowed to become? Yes or no? Question 12. State whether true or false. Book brought forward business loss will not be deducted while calculating book profit. Book profit contains only PGBP income. Only PGBP income. Losses will be adjusted later. Then obviously the statement has to be true. A and B entered into partnership agreement on 1st April 2019 and as per deed each one of them will be entitled to a salary of 2000 per month. देखो वैसे भी remuneration salary का deduction तभी मिलेगा जब deed provide करता है, तो starting में 2000 रखा. On 1st August 2019, they executed a supplementary deed by which they increased the remuneration to 3000 each effective from 1st April. Allowance of rupees 3000 remuneration will be from which date? From which date? देखो, आप रेट्रोस्पेक्टिवली अगर अपना अपने को ऐसा लग रहा है कि बुक प्रॉफिट ज्यादा आ रहा है तो हम लोग डिडक्शन ले लेते हैं. इफ यू रेट्रोस्पेक्टिवली इंक्रीज लाइक दिस यू विल नॉट गेट डिडक्शन. आपका जो इंक्रीज्ड अमाउंट है, हम लोग बोलते हैं ना एक्चुअल एज पर डीड, or as per the limit whichever is lowest. The deed was modified from 1st August and therefore you will get the additional amount of deduction from the 1st of August. Question 14. If an individual is a partner in a firm in a representative capacity and not in his personal capacity, means supposingly I am Karta of HUF, HUF is a partner and I am representing the HUF as Karta over there. I am not partner Mr. X, my HUF is the partner. Then interest paid by firm to such individual in his personal capacity, means X is Karta of HUF and this HUF is partner in a firm, and we are paying interest to him in his personal capacity, then obviously this is going to be fully allowable because 40B is applicable only when the payee is partner. 15. According to 40B, interest as 12% is allowed as deduction, but the interest should be simple interest, compound interest, any one or none. Throughout income tax, there is no concept of compound interest. It is always going to be simple interest. Remuneration and interest received by partners of a partnership firm as per section 40B will be taxable in the hands of income from other sources, salary, PGBP or exempt. Whenever I earn anything from a firm, that's my business. I have invested money and whatever I earn, whether you call it interest, you call it remuneration or give any other name, taxable under PGBP. Salary received by a working partner of a partnership firm as per section 40B will be taxable in his hands as income from. Within 40B, that means firm has taken deduction. Firm has taken deduction, that means partner will pay tax. Under which head of income? PGBP. Though they call it salary, but there is no employer-employee relationship, so taxable under PGBP. Salary received by sleeping partner of a partnership firm as per section 40B will be taxable in his hands as income from other sources, salary, PGBP or exempt. Salary, sleeping partner. Can I say sleeping partner means remuneration fully disallowed? And if the remuneration is fully disallowed, that means firm has paid tax. And if the firm has paid tax, partner is not required to pay tax. Only when the firm has taken deduction, partner will be paying tax. Question number 19. If interest is paid to an individual partner who is not a representative partner, and interest is received by him on behalf of other person who has lent money, that means, can I say once again, a third party is being paid interest? The partner himself is not directly being paid. This is for a third party, and whenever it is for a third party, then 40B will not be applicable. It is going to be fully allowed. If a partnership firm incurs any loss, who is eligible to set off? Who will? Obviously, loss set off is available. जिस assessee को loss हुआ है उसको ही मिलेगा ना. Whoever has suffered the loss, partnership firm. If remuneration paid to partner is disallowed in the hands of the partnership firm, such remuneration will be dash in the hands of the partner. अगर फर्म को डिसअलाउ हुआ है तो क्या नहीं से फर्म ने टैक्स भर दिया, और अगर फर्म ने टैक्स भर दिया है तो फिर पार्टनर को इसके ऊपर कोई टैक्स भरने का जरूरत नहीं है. करेक्ट. Question 22. In case of dissolution of a firm, who all will be responsible for tax under Income Tax Act? Dissolution हो गया, कौन responsible? Section 189. The dissolved firm will be deemed to be in existence. Partner who started the firm, all partners who were partners at that time, persons who were partners at the time of dissolution or discontinuance as the dissolved firm will be deemed to be in existence. Section 189. Next few questions are on AOP. तो मैं AOP के बारे में आपको एक छोटा सा डिटेल बता देता हूं. वैसे हम लोग क्लास में ये पढ़े तो है that AOP gets individual का स्लैब रेट्स, लेकिन यहां पे एक कैच है. देखिए, अगर द शेयर्स ऑफ मेंबर is not known, एओपी में मेंबर्स होते हैं, उन सबका प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग क्या है, अगर वो एस्टैब्लिश नहीं है, अगर उसका डेटा नहीं है, देन एओपी का टैक्स रेट होगा एमएमआर. एओपी विल पे टैक्स एट मैक्सिमम मार्जिनल रेट. अगर मेंबर्स का शेयर नहीं पता ना तो स्लैब रेट नहीं मिलेगा, सीधा एमएमआर. एंड ऑब्वियसली एओपी टैक्स भर देगा तो फिर मेंबर को टैक्स नहीं भरना है. एंड इफ द एओपी का जो मेंबरशिप का शेयर है वो नोन है तो कहना ही से हम लोगों ने स्लैब रेट का कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ा है. लेकिन यहां पे भी एक कैच है. इफ इनकम ऑफ any member is more than basic exemption limit, then again MMR will apply. So if all members का income is below the basic exemption, then AOP will get covered under slabs, वो इंडिविजुअल. That means दो ओकेशन पे AOP को MMR लगता है. ये चार्ट आपको काम आएगा, ये चार्ट आपको काम आएगा, स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो. दो ओकेशन पे AOP को MMR लगता है, दो ओकेशन. इफ शेयर्स आर नॉट नोन देन MMR, शेयर्स आर नोन एंड किसी भी मेंबर का अगर बेसिक एग्जाम्पशन से ज्यादा इनकम है तो MMR लगेगा, अदरवाइज इट विल गो इन slabs. तो चलिए देखते हैं. इन केस ऑफ एन AOP व्हेन द इंडिविजुअल शेयर्स आर नॉट नोन देन AOP विल पे टैक्स एट. कहना है अब आप समझ गए MMR. Khan is an AOP in which Salman and Amir are members. Their shares are known. Total income excluding share from AOP of Salman is 2,60,000 and Amir is 2,40,000. That means कहना है किसी एक मेंबर का बेसिक एग्जेम्पशन क्रॉस हो रहा है और जैसे ही किसी भी मेंबर का बेसिक एग्जेम्पशन क्रॉस होगा देन AOP का टैक्स रेट बन जाएगा MMR. टोटल इनकम इज 5,50,000 का MMR के हिसाब से आई थिंक 42.744 आपको करना है. That is coming to 235,092, which I think is your option B. Correct? Under which of the condition AOP is not required to pay at MMR? अब आपके पास चार्ट होएगा तो आप कुछ भी आंसर दे देगा. Individual share of members not known, तब तो MMR लगेगा. So wrong answer. Individual share of members is known and total income of any member exceeds basic exemption. फिर MMR लगेगा. That was question 24. Individual shares are known and total income of any member does not exceed basic exemption limit. This is that occasion where MMR will not apply and slabs will apply. If AOP has not paid tax on its total income, then share of from AOP in the hands of member. Obviously अगर AOP ने टैक्स नहीं भरा है तो फिर आपके हैंड्स में शेयर ऑब्वियस सी बात है कि वो टैक्सेबल होना. State whether true or false. State whether true or false. If an AOP has paid tax at MMR, the member share in the total income. AOP ने एक बार MMR में टैक्स भर दिया, then member share will be exempt. Can I say the statement is going to be true? Very good. Question 28. BN Associates is a firm consisting of two partners B and N. Share of partners are 60% for B and 40% for N. Income from the previous year 1920 is 6 lakh. B's and N's income other than income from the firm is 1 lakh and 1,20,000 respectively. Calculate the tax to be paid by B. तो B का वैसे तो इनकम 1 लाख है, करेक्ट, प्लस फर्म से इसको शेयर मिलेगा ना 6 लाख का 60%, 3,60,000. तो कैलकुलेट द टैक्स. अरे गधे, इसको इनकम में इफ यू पुट नो मंडन पोट्टन दुरंतम स्टूपिड इडियट डिजास्टर फॉर साउथ या पोपट गधा पागल फॉर नॉर्थ, एग्जेम्प्ट इनकम है शेयर ऑफ प्रॉफिट. दैट मींस कहना इसे यही मेरी इनकम है और बिलो बेसिक एग्जेम्पशन होने की वजह से इट इज गोइंग टू बी 0. आर यू नाउ फॉलोइंग व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? क्वेश्चन 29. स्टेट वेदर ट्रू और फॉल्स. If there is a mutual concern, ordinarily there should be no tax on profits arising out of mutual operation. There is a principle called principle of mutuality. You cannot transact with yourself and earn profit on that. खुद से प्रॉफिट नहीं हो सकता आपको. That's called the principle of mutuality. Principle of mutuality. क्या आपको समझ में आ रहा है मैं क्या बोल रहा है? So, how is it relevant? How is it relevant? समझाने की कोशिश करता हूं. कुछ लोग मिलके कंट्रीब्यूट करके कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी बनाते हैं. They make their contribution and अगर खर्चे में कुछ बच गया तो that's surplus, but that's a mutual contribution. There is not going to be any tax on such thing. In fact, we have our case laws also. Sindh Cooperative Society, Venkatesh Cooperative Society, that profit is not going to be taxable. Question number 30. In case of a club, any surplus accruing to member club from subscription and charges for various conveniences paid by members. So, right now only discussed, not an income. Transfer fees received by cooperative housing society from incoming and outgoing members. Exempt, taxable in the hands of cooperative society under PGBP, taxable under other sources, taxable for member. अभी डिस्कस किया. And in fact ये केस लॉज है. केस लॉज भी MCQ बन के आता है. सिंध कोऑपरेटिव, वेंकटेश कोऑपरेटिव. Question 32. In case of transfer of capital asset by partner to firm means can I say 45(3) and 45(3) का मतलब agreed value. And in case of transfer of capital asset by firm to partner means 45(4). 45(4) मतलब fair market value, correct? In case a firm has capital gains, it will get which benefit? Will it get 111A? Because yes, all assessees, 112 all assessees, 112A also all assessees. Very good. In case a firm violates the conditions of 184, then 185 will be applicable. You will still be a firm, but you won't get 40B deduction. For that purpose, you will be treated as AOP. Still a firm, but for 40B, no deduction. So AOP. Let's see. It will be considered as firm for all provisions. Wrong. AOP for all provisions. Wrong. It will be considered as firm for all provisions, but AOP for limited purpose of disallowing 40B deduction. यही right answer appear कर रहा है, लेकिन देख लेते हैं. It will be considered as AOP for all provisions. Wrong. ये firm होएगा, 40B का deduction नहीं मिलेगा. 36. Firm consisting of 3 partners change PSR from 2:2:1 to equal. This is change in constitution or succession. Partnership profit sharing ratio change हुआ या फिर admission retirement हुआ, at least one old partner continues. Change in constitution. These MCQ lectures are also, you can clearly observe a revision of your entire portion. Take this seriously. Take this seriously. And I am telling you, खाली आपके MCQ में marks नहीं, आपको और भी जगह पे इसका फायदा होने वाला. Okay. Question number 37. In case of change in constitution, there will be on the firm 1 assessment, 2 assessment, assessee will choose or discretion of you. Change in constitution में हमेशा it will be single assessment, old firm, new firm counted as same. लेकिन succession में 2 होता है. We are all aware of that. In case of succession, there will be on the firm single, 2 assessment, assessee will choose or discretion. Succession में हमेशा 2 होगा. In case of a firm, liability of tax payment किसके ऊपर रहता है? फर्म के ऊपर, all partners in PSR, partner with highest net worth, or all partners joint and several. Liability will always be joint and several. Section 188A provision पता होना चाहिए. There is no joint and several liability in LLP. Absolutely false है. खाली LLP के पार्टनर को सेक्शन 167C में एक फैसिलिटी है that अगर आपने प्रूव कर लिया that it was not my negligence, breach of duty or misconduct, then in that case the partner will be absolved. लेकिन joint and several है. In case of a firm after dissolution, liability for payment of tax is on all partners with respect to asset taken over. No need to pay tax as the firm is dissolved. That partner who continues the business, all partners joint and several as the dissolved firm will be deemed to be in existence. Correct. Theory question में आपको calculation नहीं है, direct answer ही आ सकता. If a partner of LLP proves that liability is not due to negligence on his part, he shall be absolved of joint and several responsibilities. He is still liable. He is still liable only to the extent of share of profit. He is still liable for tax liability, but along with other partners, joint and several. अगर आप LLP के partner हो और आपने prove कर दिया, then you will be absolved. 167C का facility is given to partner in LLP. अगर आपने prove कर दिया, then you will be absolved of joint and several responsibility. Question number 43. If a partner of normal firm proves that liability is not due to negligence on his part. If a partner of normal firm proves that liability is not due to negligence on his part, तो भी you will be liable along with partners joint and several. ये facility खाली LLP के partner को मिलता है, normal firm में नहीं मिलता. Question 44. Any income received after dissolution of firm shall be taxable for the firm as deemed to be in existence. नहीं, that is only for recovery. After dissolution जो भी मिलेगा taxable for the receiving partner. Whatever you get after dissolution, it will be taxable for the receiving partner. Any income received after dissolution of firm shall be taxable for the receiving partner under. अब business बंद हो गया तो जो भी मिलेगा will be taxable under income from other sources. Interest under section 40B will be allowed. Interest if paid to active, sleeping, both or none. Interest का deduction आप दोनों को पे करते हो तो मिलता है. Remuneration में ऐसा रूल है only if it is paid to working partner. Maximum limit for interest deduction is 12% simple interest, 12% compound, 15% simple, 15% compound, 12% per annum simple interest. Interest deduction under 40B will be actual amount paid, amount as per deed, 12% simple interest, out of them whichever is lower. A firm can pay maximum 12% interest to partners. 12% से ज्यादा you are not allowed to pay. False. You can pay. Deduction will be restricted to 12%. Firm will get deduction of maximum 12%. Payment is your choice. Deduction will be restricted. अरे समझा क्या? 51. Remuneration under section 40B will be allowed if paid to. Remuneration के लिए clearly rule is only if paid to active partner. Remuneration deduction for a firm with book loss under section 40B will be actual amount as per deed 1,50,000. Direct answer नहीं है. It is always going to be whichever is lower. It is always 3. For book loss, the third amount is 150. But ultimately you have to choose whichever is lower. समझा क्या? A firm having book profit of 8 lakh under 40B has as per deed paid remuneration of 4 lakh to working partner and 2 lakh to sleeping partner. What will be the deduction? देखिए जहां तक sleeping partner है, it has to be ignored altogether. We have to check only working. So can I say the actual amount is 4 lakh? Amount as per deed is 6 because this contains both, but we will take only working partner. And third limit आपका हो गया. What is your third limit? First 3 lakh of book profit. First 3 lakh 90%. That means can I say 270? And balance 5 lakh का 60%. 5 lakh का 60%. 3 lakh. That is coming to 5 lakh 70. अभी इन तीनों में से लोएस्ट कौन सा है? 4 lakh. 4 lakh will be allowed. देखिए अगर आपने स्लिपिंग ले लिया होता और ये आपने 6 लाख ले लिया होता तो फिर 570 आपका आंसर बनता. और ऑप्शंस को देख रहे हो, 6 lakh, 570. We have very cleverly decided the options also. Sleeping partner will be ignored. Firm having book profit of 8 lakh under section 40B has as per deed paid remuneration of 6 lakh to working partner and 2 lakh to sleeping partner. तो चेंज कितना हुआ? इस बार ये जो 4 lakh था ये 6 बन गया क्योंकि वर्किंग पार्टनर का ही 6 है. 6 है तो गलती से उसको मत आंसर बना देना because this time this will be lowest. No, ultimately it is whichever is lowest. So last time 4 was actual, that was lowest. This time 6 is actual but 570 is lowest. तो आंसर आपका ये नहीं 54 है, 5 lakh 70 रहेगा. समझा क्या? A firm having book loss of 8 lakh has paid remuneration of 60,000 to working partner and 2 lakh to sleeping partner. अब पागल की तरह बुक लॉस देख के अपन 150 पागल नहीं बनने का. Don't be so stupid. It is whichever is lowest. So can I say actual is 60,000? As per deed you have paid to sleeping also, but we will ignore that sleeping wala part. And the third, because it is a book loss, it is 150. Lower of the three, your answer is going to be 60,000. Option देख रहे हो? 60, 260, 150 and 0. Option देख रहे हो? So lowest is going to be your answer. Firm having book loss of 8 lakh has paid remuneration of 260. So this time it is actual 260. As per deed 260. But because it is a book loss, third limit will be 150, whichever is lowest, and as per lowest, you will get your answer as 150. In case of dissolution of firm and discontinuance of business, firm closed, business closed, stock valuation will be NRV, that was Supreme Court judgment of Ala firm. But if the business is on, in Shakti Trading it was held, whichever method you are continuing, but now that also has gone because as per ICDS, now Supreme Court judgment irrelevant. As per ICDS, once a firm dissolves, whether business is continued or discontinued, stock will be valued at net realizable value. So NRV. In case of dissolution of firm and business being continued, to hell with it. Bhaad mein gaya, bhaad mein, to hell with it. It is still going to be net realizable value. Swift Traders is a partnership firm which furnishes the following figures. It has dissatisfied the conditions enumerated under section 184. Business income before deduction of salary and interest to partners is 4,50,000. Interest to partners 18%, 1,10,000, and salary to working partner 272. Compute the taxable income. Listen, the income that they have given is before deduction. That means जो add करना है ना वो कर लिया. You just have to give deduction of interest and remuneration. अगर आपने यहां पे इंटरेस्ट और रेम्यूनरेशन का डिडक्शन दे दिया तो आप मर गया. डिससेटिस्फाइड कंडीशंस ऑफ 184 मींस 40B का डिडक्शन नहीं मिलेगा. एंड इफ द डिडक्शन इज 0, कैन आई से ये 450 ही आखिर में जाके फाइनल में जाके आपका आंसर बनेगा बिकॉज द कंडीशंस आर डिससेटिस्फाइड. दिस ओनली इज गोइंग टू बिकम योर आंसर. मित्रों फॉलोड 40B मिलेगा ही नहीं. Question 60. Swift Traders is a partnership firm which furnishes the following figures. It has satisfied, this time you will get deduction, the conditions enumerated under section 184. Business income before deduction of salary and interest to partner is 450. Interest to partners at 18% is 110 and salary to working partner 272. Compute the taxable income. This is your question number 60. पीजीबीपी बिफोर डिडक्शन. तो एक बात समझ लेना स्टूडेंट्स, जब क्वेश्चन बोलता है बिफोर डिडक्शन, दिस इज ऑल्सो सम इन अवर मेन बुक पार्टनरशिप फॉर्म चैप्टर, दैट मीन्स द एड पार्ट इज ओवर. आपको खाली क्या करना है, माइनस इंटरेस्ट माइनस रेम्यूनरेशन. एड ऑलरेडी हो गया है, तो चलिए इंटरेस्ट का डिडक्शन देंगे. इफ 18% इज 1,10,000, ऑब्वियसली 18 का तो मिलेगा नहीं. 12 विल बी हाउ मच, 1,10,000 डिवाइड बाय 18 इंटू 12, 73,333. कैन आई से इसको माइनस करके ये मिलेगा आपको आपका बुक प्रॉफिट. इस बुक प्रॉफिट के अंदर से इस बार कंडीशन सेटिस्फाइड है, सो यू गेट बोथ डिडक्शंस इंटरेस्ट एंड रेम्यूनरेशन. इन द लास्ट क्वेश्चन कंडीशंस वर डिससैटिस्फाइड, सो वी डिड नॉट गेट द डिडक्शन. इस बार आपको डिडक्शन मिलेगा, करेक्ट. सो रेम्यूनरेशन का डिडक्शन, व्हाट इज गोइंग टू बी रेम्यूनरेशन का डिडक्शन. फर्स्ट अगर आपने 3 लाख का 90% दैट इज 270 एंड देन 76,667 का 60% कितना आता है भाई, 46,000 करके अगर 316 का डिडक्शन दे दिया ना, तो आप बुरी तरीके से मरेगा, बिकॉज इट इज गोइंग टू बी विच एवर इज लोअर एंड एक्चुअल इज ओनली 272. So accordingly the deduction will be 272 and 376,667 minus 272,000, 104,667 will be your answer. 104,667 will be your answer. अगर आपने 316 को माइनस कर दिया, then you get one of the wrong options, 60,667. अगर आपने रेम्यूनरेशन इंटरेस्ट का डिडक्शन नहीं दिया, तो one of the wrong options. The wrong options have been very, very carefully chosen. I want you to go wrong here. Question 61. In Manikchand partnership firm, weird name, but I only have decided these names to make it interesting. Popatlal is one of the partners whose capital is 1 lakh in the firm. Firm gave interest on capital 30% to partners. Popatlal received, obviously 1 lakh into 30%, he must have received 30,000. What is the taxability? Listen. Firm has paid 30%, but firm will get deduction of maximum 12. That means firm will get deduction only of 12,000. On 18,000 it will be disallowed and firm will pay tax. That means partner will pay tax only on the amount that was allowed to the firm. That means partner will pay tax only on 12,000 and 18,000 will be exempt. So 12,000 business income, 18,000 exempt. That is only the correct option, I believe. Fully taxable, fully exempt, all that is wrong. Because firm takes deduction of 12, partner will pay tax on 12. Correct? Question 62. Mrs. A, wife of Mr. B. Weird, no? Mr. is B, but Mrs. is A. Stupid arrangement. Is a partner in the firm. Her capital contribution of rupees 5 lakh to the firm as on 1st April 19 included 3 lakhs out of gift received from B, that is her husband. That means first day of the year, out of 5, 3 is received from husband and 2 is from own sources. The firm paid interest on capital of 60,000 and share of profit 50,000 during the year 1920. The entire interest has been allowed as deduction in the hands of the firm. Which of the following statement is correct? First of all, share of profit is exempt, so there is no discussion. 60,000 firm has taken deduction. That means can I say partner will pay tax? But here we will also apply the provisions of clubbing. Imagine कीजिए clubbing and partnership को combine करके. What is the taxable income? 50 is not taxable. 60 is taxable. But in 60, in the proportion, we will be doing it and therefore 36 के ऊपर clubbing लगेगा and बाकी का जो 24 है that is going to be taxable. जो clubbing लगेगा वो B के लिए taxable है और जिस पे नहीं लगेगा that will be taxable for the lady herself. So share of profit is exempt, but interest on capital is taxable fully for A. That's wrong. There is a mistake in the printed answer again. So ये wrong है. A is not the correct answer because husband has given capital and that is invested in business. So the amount is going to be proportionately clubbed. Share of profit is exempt, but interest 40 is includable for B and 20 for no. This is not the ratio. It is 60%. So 36/24. Share of profit is exempt. 36 is includable in the hands of Mr. B, that is the husband, and 24,000 is included. Mr. नहीं है, ये Mrs. है, Mrs. A. यही correct answer है. Share of profit to the extent of 30,000 ये भी wrong है. Profit is not taxable. Profit will be fully exempt and interest के ऊपर हम लोग proportionate clubbing लगाएंगे. Understood all of you all? Excellent. Fantastic. We will declare episode number 4 as over. आज का lecture 1 घंटे का sharp रहा. Episode number 4 hereby declared as over. Thank you very much.